you ever think, as a violinist, that you'll be a part of the Jordan brand?
Did I ever think I'd be a part of the Jordan brand? You know, that's an interesting question, right? Because my initial response would be no, right? But I remember when I was younger, my parents wasn't getting us Jordans. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have the Jordans in the budget. And so I became like spiteful a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get 23s on my Bentley. That'll be my first pair of Jordans. And so never wasn't paying for Jordans then, and literally I'm not paying for Jordans now. So it's kind of crazy, but I couldn't have dreamt it up, even though when I was little, they asked me what I want to be. I said, I want to be a professional basketball player. And if that don't work, I'll fall back on the violin and I'll make the violin cool.
You perform at a lot of sporting events in front of a lot of athletes like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul. How did it feel performing in front of them? And did you play basketball in school?
Nah, I was good in college, but I didn't play. No, I didn't play. I played at the rec center. You know what I'm saying? I'm a legend at the rec. But performing at NBA arenas and performing in front of, you know, like our world's best athletes, it was, I don't know, I felt like I belonged there. You know, I felt like I belonged in those spaces with those types of people. And to get recognized by them and then to get loved by them, I mean, especially the Jordan brand, like from that down, I mean, like I was doing all of D-Wade's shoe releases when he was still a part of Brand Jordan. Chris Paul, I give him so much credit for the progress of my career, because every opportunity that he's had with his nonprofit, which is really based around his family, he's brought me in to perform. And because of his elite status as an athlete, I've been able to be in a room with people who have been able to help me, you know, like rise and ascend essentially. So being around them, there's a certain camaraderie because, you know, they know that MJ doesn't select just anyone to be a part of Brand Jordan. And to be a part of Brand Jordan, you actually have to be selected by MJ. So I'm sure there are other ways to get in, but the majority of the people who are on Team Jordan or on Brand Jordan ambassadors are handpicked. So, you know, I felt like, yeah, I work just as hard as y'all do, just in a different lane, you know, but, you know, let me be 6'7". I'd be dunking on y'all.
How did it feel meeting Quicy Jones?
Oh my God, that was crazy. And again, that was all a result of Jordan Brand, Chris Paul. I met a woman there whose name is Regina. She is my unofficial angel, but she's held me down for just countless years. But I did an event where I performed and Quicy was presenting an award for Elton John and George Lucas. And Lady Gaga was performing, and it's called Backstage at the Geffen. And I remember I performed knowing well that they were all in the audience, but I didn't really think too much of it. I just thought, like, do you, bro, you know? So when I finished that performance, I remember I kind of snuck off and went back downstairs by the stage. I was kind of in the little, I could see I was in the wings of the stage watching the show, and Quicy walks up, and, you know, I'm like, I'm sitting on the couch. He comes and sits down by me and says, I got two questions for you. He said, what's your name and who wrote that arrangement? And I was like, my name is Lee England Jr. and I wrote that arrangement. He was like, cool, that's all I needed to know. And he gets up and he walks on stage, right? I'm like, what? Like, hold on. So now I'm going crazy in my mind. Like, yo, that was Quicy Jones. I got to think of something better to say. You know, something. I got to say something. And what was crazy was when he came off stage, he brought Elton John, George Lucas, Lady Gaga, Melody Hobson, who's George Lucas's wife. Also, I think she's from Chicago. I don't know. So she's from Chicago. They all come off stage and they're taking pictures. Everybody's like clamoring over them. And Elton looks over at me like, what we gonna do with this guy? Talking to Quicy. He's like, what we gonna do with this guy? He was like, man, I got him, right? And so he's like, come on, man. So we all end up taking pictures together. And when that was all done, they're still up talking. I sit back down on the couch like, you know, and Quicy, crazy enough, comes back over, sits down, and we talked for like an hour as the show was going on, and then even as the show ended. And I remember one of the ladies who was like one of the handlers, she came back down where we were at, and she says, Lee, everyone is looking for you. You know, now the show is over, they want to congratulate you, and you know, there's a lot of people in the lobby waiting for his love. Quicy, everybody's looking for you too, you know what I'm saying? So it was incredible, that opportunity to just sit and have a conversation with him, you know, understanding and knowing that he's from Chicago. We have a lot of similarities, and to just be able to build with him to the space where we were actually able to work together. Again, but Quicy though, now I can believe that one though, because I manifested it. I swear I did, right? So I did a performance where I did a tribute to Michael Jackson. I played Human Nature, and I walked up and down the Hollywood Boulevard where the Stars is at, all the way to Michael Jackson's Star, and I'm playing the whole way. I got it on a speaker, you know, just causing a spectacle, you know, filming the whole thing. And then when I finished, I went to Quicy Jones' Star, and I talked about his influence on the music industry, and about how if I could be like anyone in the industry, it would be him. And then like months later, literally I'm sitting on his couch. I was like, yo, this is crazy, but it's on YouTube. You know, you can still see it, and then the results of it. So, you know, I don't know. That was something that I wanted to happen. You know, so to see that one happen, it felt unreal. You know, if I was gonna be like anybody in the industry, it would definitely be him. He has been like influential in so many different Grammy-nominated, Grammy Award-winning artists' careers that I would love to be like him. If I had to be like somebody, it would be like Quicy Jones, definitely. So the song that we're doing today is Human Nature, and it was like a tribute to, you know, the king of pop, as well as, you know, somebody who was very influential in his career. My main man, Quicy Jones, man. We love both of y'all, Quicy Jones, Michael Jackson.